Welcome everyone to our 2021 annual virtual BComm convention. My name is Rosemary Murphy, Co-Director of the BComm CK201 program here in UCC. We hope that everyone found webinar 1, our focus on the work placement element of our program, to be informative and insightful. It was great to hear how well supported work placement is by our program and by our partner organisations alike. Indeed, many students returned from placement with a graduate position secured in a diversity of business careers. We would like to continue with the theme of experiential learning and connected curriculum today, and explore some co-curricular activities within our supportive and engaging BComm community. A variety of educational experiences are practiced within our globally recognised business degree programme. In addition to the 3 tiers of disciplinary knowledge, disciplinary application, and integrated application, we also have a range of transformational learning environments that students can opt into, such as our work placement, our study abroad program, business competitions, and our many societies. Today, I would like to explore our business plan competition, which is on offer to our first-year students. Mentoring is provided throughout by BComm alumni, academics, and employers. And a huge benefit this year is that every member of each team was profiled by Belbin Ireland. I'm delighted to have with me today Tony O'Connor from People Dimensions International, John O'Boyle, Director, Belbin Ireland and Xenergie Consulting, and Aoife and Alex, 2 first-year BComm students who are currently participating in our business plan competition. And you're all very welcome. Alex, could I start off with yourself? You're a first-year BComm student who is currently participating in our BPC competition. Would you mind describing that competition for us?
Hi Rose, of course. All teams are posed with a business challenge which needs to be solved using frameworks and theories which are taught in the other modules which are taken. Mentoring and guidance are provided each week. You, along with Lawrence, went through the different theories and gave us tasks that needed to be solved and discussed in our groups every week. Tony went through how to formulate a clear and cohesive argument and come up with a justifiable conclusion. Tomas went through how to properly present a report. And finally, John profiled all members of all teams using the Belbin framework. It was a fantastic opportunity, and I think it's definitely enhanced by teamworking and critical thinking skills.
Thank you so much, Alex, for that wonderful feedback. Over to yourself, Tony. As an organisation development consultant, Tony, and having worked with many large global organisations, what do you think the benefit will be to our students of participating in business competitions such as our BPC?
Hi Rose, and thank you for asking me to participate this year in the BComm convention. And as you know, I work with lots of senior leaders and senior teams both here in Ireland and abroad. And it was fascinating for me to be part of the BPC this year and just to get an insight into some of our future leaders. And trust me when I say what I've seen in UCC CoM, there's lots on the way. So the benefits. So I think we put these teams together at the very start of their UCC journey in a COVID world and got them to work within a team process. So they had to come together, develop the team dynamics, understand those dynamics, and most importantly then produce an output, which was a really interesting piece around that BPC. And in doing so early in their university career, And I think the big piece for me was that they did it in this COVID world in a virtual context. So the benefits, I think, for them in learning some of the skills and knowledge as part of this will stand to them all the way through their BComm journey, but also when they leave UCC and go on to whatever they go on to. And the other big benefit, I think, this year was that we were able to access the Belbin team role theory, which is the #1 globally used team profiling tool. And that was a really huge benefit for these students at a young age to get an insight into their personality and their preferences and their strengths and even some of their blind spots. So I think all in all, the benefits that they've received from this project has been, fantastic.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tony. And indeed, you're so correct. A huge benefit was that each participant was profiled by Belbin Ireland. And we're so lucky today to have John O'Boyle, Director of Belbin Ireland, with us. John, would you mind describing what this Belbin theory is all about?
Rose, thank you again for inviting me. And I'm delighted to be here, both as an existing Belbin Ireland user and director and former BComm graduate. Essentially, Belbin gives people the language of teams. It enables them to look at an early age and throughout their career at what we describe as their strengths and their allowable weaknesses. Very important word there, the allowable weaknesses. And for the UCC students in the BPC, it gave them an opportunity to actually put those theories into practice by looking practically at how they're going to work together as a team, how they're going to achieve certain ends, and how they will be able to organize themselves towards getting an appropriate outcome. As Tony said, that means that when they leave college, they will have these profiles for life. They will know the cultures that they will find useful. They will understand their particular areas of strength. And when it comes to practical decisions, such as subject options in the later years, then they'll have a really interesting view. It should also make their career search easier. But we like to say that Belbin is not just for a graduate career, it's for life, and will help you in every way possible, imaginable, to develop yourself to the optimum.
Thank you so much, John. And John, as a BComm graduate yourself of UCC and a prospective employer of our future graduates, do you think there is a benefit to the program team of hosting extracurricular and co-curricular activities like the BPC? And will it help us to secure our brand as a globally recognized business degree program?
Absolutely, Rose. Frankly, the more work you do that's practical, the better it is for employers. And as the years have gone by, we've seen a gradual increase in the quality of people coming from business faculties. And I like to think that the UCC BComm is effectively the gold standard in business degree qualifications. So every effort that you make to try and help people to become practically able to be immediately useful to a company is a tremendous plus for those graduates.
Thank you so much, John. It certainly is rewarding to hear that. Aoife, over to yourself, a first-year student. And Aoife, it is your first time participating in a business competition, and indeed, even it's your first time as working as part of a team. Now, Alex mentioned previously that mentoring was provided throughout. Did you find that that provided you with sufficient support for engaging in the process?
Yes, Rose. The mentoring team devised a BPC brief so we could apply the knowledge we were learning in year one. So, we were supported by our modules as well as our weekly mentoring session. It was so great to be mentored by our employers as well as academics. Tony and John were so hands-on and introduced us to employers as well. Our professional network is expanding even in year one. This time last year, I would have never thought that I'd be interacting and connecting with employers and academics. It has been such an amazing experience.
Thank you so much, Aoife. And Tony, could I go back to yourself? As an organisation development consultant, and working with many large global organizations. Would you actually recommend the BComm program to secondary school students contemplating a business career?
Absolutely, Rose. Employers are looking for very commercially astute graduates who are aware of the contemporary issues facing business. And the BComm allows students to explore different areas of business via the connected curriculum of its disciplinary modules and also the extracurriculum activities which are supported by the BComm community. This all happens before making an informed decision on the area of specialisation in Year 4. So a BComm graduate will have all the well-rounded skills an employer would look for. And what I've experienced to date, it's an excellent program for students, allowing them to develop their skills in a very experiential and rewarding way. So from my perspective, absolutely, I'd recommend the BComm and UCC.
Thank you so much, Tony. And Alex and Aoife, back to yourselves. It's so hard to believe, guys, but you're almost at the end of Year 1 of your BComm program. Would you have any advice for leaving Cert students right now trying to select university programs? Alex, could we start with yourself?
Personally, Rose, I'd recommend choosing a broad-based program that gives you the choice of a major in the latter years. That's what I did, and I'm incredibly happy to be part of the BComm community here in UCC.
Great, thank you, Alex. And Aoife, over to yourself.
I would advise students to look at the content being taught in each year of our program and to listen to information sessions like this webinar to gain further insight. I hope everyone is as lucky as I have been.
Thank you so much, Aoife. Our BComm CK201 program has a long tradition of leading business education in Ireland. It is renowned for blending theory and practice, for encouraging and maintaining employer input into academic content, and for ensuring that contemporary issues are integrated into modules and extracurricular activities which are supported by all. There are many rewarding experiential learning programs and activities to complement your academic studies and to cultivate your personal and professional growth. These are supported by your fellow students, staff, and our network of business mentors. This enables us to ensure we produce a critically thinking graduate in a variety of business careers with the ability to transform the future business landscape. I hope everyone enjoyed episode 2 of our BComm convention, and a big thank you to Tony and John, Aoife and Alex for joining me today. I look forward to connecting with you all in episode 3, where we will conclude our theme of experiential learning and connected curriculum by exploring employment readiness, personal and professional development modules, and of course, our BComm Society. In the meantime, if you have any queries, please don't hesitate to email us on bcomdirector@ucc.ie. Looking forward to speaking with you again soon.